Hello and thank you for joining me. From the LMP Multimedia Studio, I'm Keith Schweigert and this is the Huddle's post-game recap. The final week of the regular season is in the books and boy do we have a lot to talk about, so let's get right into it. We'll start off with the LMP Game of the Week, which was the Section 2 showdown between Solanco and Manheim Central. Solanco came into this one hoping to wrap up an undefeated regular season and to clinch sole possession of the Section 2 championship, but Central, just one game behind Solanco in the standings, had other plans. It was a back and forth game all night. Both teams sprung some big plays on one another, lots of good defensive stops, but in the end that old Manheim magic reared its head once again. Trailing by 4 points late in the game, the Barons manufactured an 86-yard scoring drive, capped by an 18-yard pass from Cody Kegeries to Jake Novak to take a 21-18 lead with a minute 14 seconds to go. The Baron defense held on from there, and Central escaped Quarryville with a victory and a share of the title. Kegeries had a hand in all three Central touchdowns, throwing 2 TD passes and adding an 18-yard touchdown run. So Solanco winds up having to share the title, and not just with Manheim Central. LampeterStrasburg, which won the section crown last season, made it a three-way dance this year by knocking off Garden Spot 49-33. Quarterback Colin Bearshank had his fingerprints all over this one, throwing for 3 touchdown passes and adding 3 touchdown runs on the ground. The win moved LampeterStrasburg into a tie with Central and Solanco. All three of them finished with identical 6-1 section records, so all three of them earn a share of the title. In the other Section 2 games, Elizabethtown closed out the season with its second straight win, knocking off Lebanon 28-20, and Cocalico defeated Lancaster Catholic 35-7. Let's move on to Section 1, where Manheim Township and Hempfield hooked up in the latest installment of their fierce rivalry. This year it was almost all blue streaks. Eric Benjamin connected on touchdown passes of 62, 16, and 21 yards to lead the way as Township knocked off Hempfield 28-14. Sam Kramer and Will Blair scored on touchdown runs for Hempfield, but it wasn't quite enough for the Black Knights. Both teams will be participating in the District 3 Quad A playoffs next week, and both will likely be at home. The official District 3 brackets, come out next week. Come out on Sunday night. Speaking of District 3 playoff teams, Wilson put on the finishing touches on its 8th straight section championship with a 48-7 blowout of Warwick. That's 56 straight Section 1 victories for the Bulldogs, who will probably earn the number 2 seed in the Quad A bracket, which again comes out on Sunday. Elsewhere in Section 1, Cedar Crest can probably pack its gear for the district playoffs. They knocked off Penn Manor 48-21, and McCaskey gave coach Rob Monzone a nice send-off with a 28-21 victory over Conestoga Valley. Monzone announced earlier this week that this game would be his last with McCaskey. In Section 3, we'll start off with some congratulations for Pequea Valley. The Braves picked up their first winning season in the history of their program with a 21-10 triumph over Anvil Cleona. PV probably won't be a part of the District 3 AA playoff field, but they do finish with a 6-4 record, the first winning campaign for their program, which started back in 1998. Way to go, Braves. Congrats also to Northern Lebanon, which wrapped up its second straight Section 3 championship with a 53-14 victory over Columbia. And Donegal finished its season on a high note with a 61-25 blowout of Ephrata. The Indians finished their season with a 6-4 record. Finally, in the week's only non-league game, Elko dropped a 27-13 decision to Twin Valley. The Raiders finished their season with a 5-5 record. So that will do it for our Week 10 recap. We'll be back here next week to bring you all the first round district playoff results, so be sure to join us then. Once again, the District 3 brackets will be officially released on Sunday night, so be sure to check Lancaster online for those when they come out. And once again, you can follow us on Facebook and on Twitter. Thanks a lot for joining me, everybody. See you next time.